Hello everyone, I'm ETA. If you're meeting me for the first time, hi, hello, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Click on the subscribe button and join us. You guys know we are in the season of Christmas. So today's video is Sweden's 5 best Christmas traditions. Okay, let's see what Christmas really looks like in Sweden. This video is from Just a Brit Abroad. I'm really happy for this one because it's my first time coming across this channel. Yeah, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for all the love. Thank you for always tuning in. And yeah, give me a big like and let's get straight into it.
You guys, it's that time of year again.
Yes.
And since this is my 3rd Christmas since I moved here to Sweden, and also because this is my 1st Christmas since making a YouTube channel, I thought it'd be fun today to dig into some of my favourite Christmas traditions that I picked up here in Sweden. And I decided if I was going to be channeling Swedish Christmas today, I needed a backdrop fit for the occasion. So as you'll see all around me today, there's lots of different bits and pieces that might look familiar to my Swedish viewers out there. You've got to let me know what you think down in the comments section below. So yes, today I thought I'd dig into 5 of my favourite Swedish Christmas traditions, and for those of you at home wondering if I'm really up to the challenge, well, this is my 3rd Christmas season here in Sweden, and last year I actually spent my first actual Christmas in Sweden instead of back home in the UK, so I feel like I've got a lot.
Let me know where you'll be spending Christmas this year. Are you going to be home or are you traveling? What are you doing? I've never spent Christmas away from my country, and I don't know, people say different things about Christmas in other places, but I've never experienced it. I always spend Christmas in Nigeria, my country, and it's actually really always nice.
Lots of different experiences to draw on, but I'm excited to see if you guys agree with my top 5 or if there are other Christmas traditions here in Sweden that you think really make the occasion and you could not do without. So with that said, let's jump into my top 5 Swedish Christmas traditions and make sure you guys let me know at the end if you agree or not. Here we go. And kicking us off at the first place on my list today is the one and only thing that I think of every time you say the words Swedish Christmas. Rödbet salad. And I'm sure that this one won't come as a shock to those of you that have watched a few of my videos because I've talked about rödbet salad or beetroot salad before. It's this very special kind of salad that I have here in Sweden, of course based in beetroot, and it's particularly common at this time of the year. You can of course buy it any time, but it's very normal that you see it on the julbord as part of the kind of Christmas dinner that they have here in Sweden, and it is just divine. Now if you've not tried Swedish rödbet salad for yourself, I can understand that you might be a little bit baffled by this point, because how could a salad possibly remind me of Christmas? But let me tell you what, do not knock it until you try it. There is something about this that's just completely synonymous with the Christmas season. As I say, it's something you're going to see more and more throughout the shops and in all the restaurants in the run up to the Christmas season. And it's just one of those things that brings back warm and cozy memories. I'd love to be able to show you what I'm talking about in the flesh instead of with pictures, but I've actually just finished polishing off another tub of rödbet salad. It doesn't last very long in my house, so it's just not something that I've got on hand to show you. And whilst we're on the topic of Swedish Christmas foods, the second thing on my list today is julskinka, and I'm pretty convinced that lots of you will already be familiar with julskinka, especially if you...
Honestly, I am not familiar with it. Most of the foods that I see, Swedish, Finnish foods, they're all new to me. I don't know those things. In Nigeria, the main Christmas food is rice. Like the rice, we eat rice every other day, but the Christmas rice is always special. The meat. No, Christmas in Nigeria is always nice. But we're not talking about Nigeria right now, we're talking about Sweden, so let's just keep going.
Spend a lot of time in IKEA in the run up to Christmas because julskinka is the Swedish term for Christmas ham, and again it's one of those foods that gets served during the Christmas celebration here in Sweden. It's this uncooked, salt-cured ham that is just absolutely game-changing. Yes, you guys, if you're spending this Christmas season with a Swede, the chances are you will get very familiar with julskinka because it's one of those dishes that you have loads and loads left over of, so the chances are you're going to be eating this all the way up until New Year, but I don't see that as a bad thing at all because, as I say, there is something just so cozy and so Christmassy about it. Can't really put my finger on what, but it's really well spiced, and then the season's really well done.
Okay, this looks so yummy.
Salt on top as well. There's just something really special about it, and you cut it up into these huge chunks and lather it on top with lots of sweet mustard. And I have to tell you, I could just dig into this for lunch every day. And for those of you international viewers out there who are spending your first Christmas in Sweden or having your first Christmas julbord this year, I can tell you that julskinka is definitely something you want to keep your eyes out for, especially if you're allergic or don't like fish, because there's a lot of fish in the Swedish Christmas tradition, but julskinka is a safe bet that you can go to time after time, fill up and really enjoy yourself. As I've said before, since moving here to Sweden, I really learned to enjoy lots of different fishes, but I know it's something that can be a little bit scary for some people. So as I say, julskinka is a great place to start because you know what you're getting and it does not disappoint. The third Swedish Christmas tradition that I've learned to absolutely love since I moved here is the julkalender. Julkalender literally translates to Christmas calendar, and it's something that's become a bit of a tradition here in Sweden. Every single year, the national broadcaster SVT create this story that they broadcast on TV and then one on radio too for all of the children, and the idea is that every single day in the lead up to Christmas, just like with a normal advent calendar, you get a new episode of the radio show and a new one of the TV show to enjoy and
that's so nice.
The story. And although this tradition was predominantly created for children, if you ask any Swede out there, they will all have their favourites. Lots of people still watch it when they're adults because it just really puts them into the Christmas mood in the same way that watching a Christmas movie does, and I can see why. There's something really cozy about getting in front of the TV every morning for 15 minutes at 7:15 to watch the next instalment of the julkalender and find out how the story develops. And I have to say, this one is particularly useful for those of you guys out there that are learning Swedish for the first time, because they're using really easy Swedish words to make sure that the kids can follow along, and it's something that I used to practice when I first moved here to Sweden, and actually before as well. So if you haven't been watching this year and you want to get up to date, you can download the SVT app, SVT Play, and then you can check out the last 15 or so episodes and get ready for the rest of the story and see how it develops in the lead up to the 24th. I have to say, I'm really enjoying this year's story about a family of thieves and the adventures and mischief that they get up to in the lead up to Christmas, and I'm excited to see how the story ends. I don't feel like I actually have my own favourite yet, because as I say, I've only seen about 3 or 4 different variations, but I would love to hear from my Swedish viewers out there, what are the best and most classic julkalenders that you think that those of us from the rest of the world need to be checking out. Share your favourites in the comment section down below, and who knows, maybe next year I will be getting cozy with the old classics of the julkalender as well as enjoying the new story. And whilst we're on the topic of things that Swedes do in the run up to Christmas to really get in that Christmas mood, the 4th thing on my list today, the Swedish Christmas traditions I absolutely love, is Advent fika. Now, no matter where you're from in the world, if you celebrate Christmas, you're probably familiar with the Christian tradition of Advent, which is basically the celebration of the 4 Sundays that lead up to the actual Christmas.
Yeah, as a Catholic, this one is not new to me at all. That's one thing I really love about being Catholic, because you really get into the whole of Advent, like all the seasons. We really practice it like completely, and we are very practical in the way we go about it.
Day celebration, and here in Sweden they still honour those 4 Sundays with lots of different celebrations and activities with the family to really get you in that Christmas cozy mood. Actually, if you look behind me, you will see the Advent use as an example of the candles that are used here in Sweden, that you light one every single Sunday in the lead up to Christmas, and while you're lighting those candles you will probably also sit down with your family, crack out some glögg and some pepparkakor and get into the fika zone. Yes, that's right you guys, as we know by now, the Swedes love to fika, and if you're not familiar with fika, it's that tradition where people come together, they socialise, and they usually have some sort of hot drink and maybe a sweet light snack or cake or treat. And that's the same when it comes to the Advent season, except with some very special Christmas additions. And 2 of the most traditional ways to enjoy your Advent fika is with some glögg, which you warm up or prepare boiled, and of course some pepparkakor or gingerbread. And as we know by now, the Swedes love their fika, so you can guarantee that it won't just be pepparkakor that you're having during your Advent fika. They will probably be preparing all sorts of different Christmas treats for you to enjoy, one of which is the lussekatter, which is like a saffron bun, which has been shaped into like a figure of 8 style. It's almost like a cat, which is how it gets its name, lussekatter. And yeah, there's lots of different varieties of both lussekatter and then other Christmas fika treats for you to enjoy. Again, Swedes out there, let us know down below what are the best Advent fika treats that you think people should be baking and trying for the first time this year. And to be honest with you guys, fika is cozy at all times of years, let alone when we get into that Christmas season when you're wrapped up warm at home, it's cold and dark outside, you light the candles and you have that social time with your family. And as sweet treat, and your glögg. It of course has to be one of my favourite Swedish Christmas traditions. And in this video we talked a lot about the different Swedish Christmas traditions that you can enjoy in the lead up to the actual Christmas day, but my fifth and final stop on this list today is something that most people will be enjoying on actual Christmas day here in Sweden. Yes, because once you've enjoyed all of that julbord food and you are suitably filled, one of the next things you'll be doing probably in your Christmas celebrations is the julklappslek, which is basically a present game. And the best way to describe this one is that it's a little bit similar to the Secret Santa tradition that we have in the UK and America and in other places in the world. The difference being though, you don't buy a present for just one specific person. Instead, you buy a present that you contribute to the table. There's probably some sort of value limit, so you can't spend over, for example, 50 crowns or 100 crowns, and you're supposed to be inventive. Go away, buy something, wrap it up, and then you compete with everybody else that you're celebrating Christmas with to win as many presents as possible. So there is no guarantee that you get a present to go home with. In fact, if you're bad at the game, you might actually be going home with absolutely nothing. But the fun is to try and win the presents that you think look the most exciting or the most interesting. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm well and truly in the Christmas mood now after this video. I would love to hear from you guys in the comment section below. Do you agree with my top 5 Swedish Christmas traditions, or is there something else you think I missed, or something else that really gets you into that cozy Christmas zone? You can let me know down in the comments below.
So if you're that was it for his top 5, guys. But if you've ever experienced Christmas in Sweden, or if you're from Sweden, let's know if you have a different list for your top 5 Swedish Christmas traditions. But these are his, and since I haven't been there before, I can't really say much. But this sounds good. It doesn't sound bad at all. The food, the traditions, the gift stuff, and it sounds really good. And although different countries have how they celebrate Christmas, and I'm here to tell you that Christmas in Nigeria is the bomb. You should try it. The parties, the hangouts, how you spend time with your family, the parties. See, Nigerians know how to throw a good party. That I'm just speaking based on the Christmas that I have experienced, because he asked us to do that. And Christmas in Nigeria is always nice, really nice. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Tell me where you're from and how Christmas is where you're from. And yeah, share it with your family and your friends. Enjoy this holiday season, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.